We're counting down to 2015 with a look back at 2014. While many of the year's biggest education stories involve new tests, new standards, and new policies, others are more like the latest chapter in a saga that's been going on for years. News 18's Dan Klein reviews the top education stories of 2014.
Weather outdoors wreaked havoc in the classroom. Frigid temperatures and school cancellations meant Saturday school for some in Rossville and extended into summer break for others. The Department of Education even extended the ISTEP testing window an extra week and a half to help students prepare.
We're all a little worried about it because you have a lot of concepts to fit in, a lot of standards to get in front of the kids before that test comes, and that test is an important part of teacher evaluations.
TIPPECANOE School Corporation continued to rebuild from the November 2013 tornado, which hit Mentani Elementary and Southwestern Middle Schools. The complete price tag for the damage is still unknown, while construction repairs at Southwestern continue and students attend school at Wea Ridge Middle School.
It's a time of life where you need to learn to overcome obstacles and how to endure things and to turn things into something positive.
Record-breaking kindergarten enrollment is forcing construction in the Lafayette School Corporation. After hearing recommendations from a 64-person task force, the board voted in September to move Oakland High School to the Washington building and reopen Oakland as an elementary school. West Lafayette Junior-Senior High also saw new construction with a redesigned main entrance, one of a number of area schools making security upgrades in 2014.
There you go.
There were also lots of statewide education stories. In April, Indiana became the first state to drop the National Common Core benchmarks. New standards for Hoosiers were adopted by the State Board of Education, which will go into effect in the 2015-2016 school year. The move has bipartisan support but could cost up to $125 million. The State Board of Education also loosened teacher licensing rules, making it easier for college graduates without a degree in education to get a job in the classroom. 2014 also saw the state's first teacher evaluations mandated by legislation passed in 2011. Almost 9 in 10 teachers were rated effective or highly effective, a result not popular with all lawmakers.
We were hoping to have a true reflection of where everybody fell, and it's hard to believe that. I mean, it's good to think that everybody would be in those two categories, but I think that it's probably not realistic.
Former state school superintendent Tony Bennett remained in the news. While state inspectors could not find any ethics violations in the grade change of a donor's charter school, he agreed to pay a $5,000 fine after admitting he used state resources for political purposes. And the battles involving current school superintendent Glenda Ritz continue. In July, the State Board of Education appointed a special committee to consider new limits on her power. Then, earlier this month, Governor Mike Pence announced he would seek legislation to give the board the power to elect its chairman, a position which is currently held by the state school superintendent automatically.
I think it's a major slap in the face to the 1.3 million people who voted for Glenda Ritz, more than who voted for Governor Pence.
Frankfort high school history teacher and head basketball coach Tom Weeks was arrested in May on a charge of child seduction in connection with alleged misconduct with a female student. He was turned into police by his wife, who later changed her mind and now doesn't believe the girl's accusations.
This is all out to hurt this entire family.
2 Clinton Prairie High School students, Kyle Johnson and Austin Martin, were charged in May on 6 charges, including 3 counts each of criminal confinement in connection with a trio of alleged incidents in the locker room after a physical education class involving a 15-year-old student. Weeks, Johnson, and Martin all have trials scheduled in 2015. But there's plenty of good news to take into the new year as well. Harrison English teacher Kathy Nimmer was named Indiana's Teacher of the Year, and West Lafayette Superintendent Rocky Killian was named the State Superintendent of the Year. Both will compete for their respective national award.
Thanks, sir.
You're welcome. Born Learning Academies to help parents of preschoolers prepare their children for kindergarten began at 5 schools this fall. Plans are to expand to 10 schools next year. TSC commissioned feasibility studies for major renovation projects at both Harrison and McCutcheon High Schools. Up to $10 million of work at each is expected to begin this summer. Signs that 2015 will be another eventful year in education. For News 18's Year in Review, I'm Dan Klein.